A cornered Donald Trump can no longer take it. And he said that he blew his stack. You tell me what that means. Now, immediately noticeable, Trump's voice is a mess. This was in the Oval Office, and he just, something sounds very wrong.
An even bigger event next year as we host the official 2026 FIFA World Cup. That's the big one. The World Cup tournament. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, even for our country, because frankly, this goes to countries, everybody wants it. I guess it's going all over the world.
So Trump's voice noticeably messed up. Trump also notably covering his right hand with the left, which is something that he's done lately when that bruising on the right hand looks particularly bad. Reporters immediately noticed something is wrong with Trump. And a reporter actually asked about it.
I have a question about Venezuela, but can I just first ask, the health of the president's always news. Your voice sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something having to do with trade in a country, and I straightened it out. But I blew my stack at these people.
There it is. Trump blew his stack.
Well, it sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela? You suggested...
Is there what?
It sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela?
I thought you said there was a polyp, and I said, I don't want to hear that.
A lot of laughing, but Trump, for whatever reason, heard polyp instead of follow-up. And that is certainly, maybe there's something sort of Freudian in there. Anyway, moving on to substance. Cornered animals often strike out. And cornered Trump is just getting more and more authoritarian, saying, you know what? We have a problem in Seattle. We might just go there. The threats continue.
If we think there's going to be a sign of any trouble, I would ask Johnny to move that to a different city. We have a lot of cities that would love to have it, number one, and we'll do it very safely. So if we think there's a problem in Seattle where you have a very, very liberal/communist mayor, I would say, it's certainly beyond just liberal. I watched her over the weekend. Wow, that's another beauty we got there. But if we think there's going to be a problem, Johnny, can I say we will move? I don't think you're going to have this problem, but we're going to move the event to someplace where it's going to be appreciated and safe.
Yeah, well, I think safety and security is the number one priority for a success.
Anyway, Johnny from FIFA is not exactly committing to move anything, but he says, yeah, it's all a priority. But it's Trump, punitive. If I think you're communist, we will take away the FIFA World Cup. Trump asked about mentioning that he was shouting because of trade, that he blew his stack over trade. And he was asked, what country was it that upset you so much? And here's what he had to say. Sorry, wrong clip.
Mr. President, can I just follow up? You mentioned your voice and you were shouting about trade. Which country in particular upset you? Was it India?
No, a country wanted to try and renegotiate the terms of their trade deal. And I wasn't happy about it.
But which country was it? People want to know.
Why would I say that to you? I can't believe it.
Mr. President, on the World Cup.
And then finally, another authoritarian nightmare. Trump asked, are you ruling out troops on the ground in Venezuela? And Trump goes, I don't rule out anything.
You suggested you've made a decision about what you want to do next to Venezuela. I understand you don't want to tip your hand, but is there anything you're ready to rule out at this point? Are you ruling out U.S. troops on the ground?
No, I don't rule out that. I don't rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela. They dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country from prisons. Nobody knows better than this young lady right here. She's done an incredible job with Tom Homan and all of your people. It's amazing. We have a tight border right now. Nobody comes in. But we had millions of people pouring through. A year ago, we had millions of people pouring through our border. And many of them came from Venezuela, including Tren de Aragua, the gang. And I guess what I'm hearing, Christy, is that's as bad a gang as there is anywhere in the world.
For Trump, Venezuela is just a political toy. Trump granted Venezuelans temporary legal status at the end of his first term, thinking this will cause a problem for Biden, which I can then attack Biden over. And Venezuela has never been something Trump actually cares about when it comes to the people. It's been something Trump cares about with regard to what kind of leverage can I get? What can I do to make myself look better. Now, of course, not ruling out troops on the ground in Venezuela. Whoops, sorry, I hit my mic there. There are gesticulating wildly because this is so outrageous. There is a view that says, oh, you never rule anything out because then you're sort of pre-negotiating. If you rule it out, Venezuela knows he'll never send troops here. But there are ways to handle this that don't strike authoritarian fear into the hearts of everyone that has been following Trump's growing autocracy and dictatorial wet dreams. So a disaster in the Oval Office, and then Trump had to give a speech, and all of a sudden it got much, much worse. It is easy to forget how many great family photos you have until you put them all in one place and see them. And our sponsor, Aura Frames, makes the digital frame I've been using in my house for years, and it is one of my favorite gifts to give other people. The Aura frame I gave my dad a few years ago has photos going back so long. He walks by it every day. He loves it. You can preload photos onto the frame before even gifting it, even if Aura ships it directly, and you can add a personal message as well. Then you and the recipient can keep adding photos from anywhere using the Aura app. The app is free and unlimited. You can put as many memories as you want on there. Super easy to use. No surprise, the New York Times named Aura the best digital photo frame. Every frame comes in a premium gift box. It feels like a polished, thoughtful gift. And you'll get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames when you go to auraframes.com and use the code Pakman at checkout. It is Aura's best sale of the year. The link is in the description.